In the floating city of Nova Arum, beauty wasn't enough, wealth wasn't enough, even talent wasn't enough. The only thing that mattered was attention. Because in this city, the moment people stopped watching you, you didn't just lose your lifestyle. You lost your place in the world. And no one understood that better than a girl named Sina.
Hello, everyone. It's so wonderful to connect with you all today. I'm excited to share more about this incredible view and what the future holds.
The most admired woman in the entire city. Millions followed her, copied her, studied everything she did. Her life looked effortless, perfect, untouchable.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my live stream. It's such a beautiful evening, and I'm so excited to share this with all of you.
People think this life is easy,
She said softly, her voice calm and controlled.
but everything you see is intentional.
There was only one person who watched her differently, a girl who knew her before the fame, before the followers, before the soft life. Her name was Lyra. While Sina lived above the clouds, Lyra lived far below, fixing broken machines just to survive. Every night, she watched Sina's life through a cracked screen, trying to understand how two people who started in the same place could end up so different.
How did we start in the same place
She asked quietly, almost to herself.
and end up so different?
At first, it was admiration, then curiosity, then something far more dangerous. Because envy doesn't always look like hate. Sometimes it looks like wanting to understand. And one night, Lyra found something that would let her do exactly that. She envied her friend's soft life, so she decided to step into it. It didn't happen all at once. Lyra didn't wake up one day and decide to take her friend's life. It started small, with a thought she couldn't shake.
What does it actually feel like?
Not to watch it, not to imagine it, but to live it. That night, the repair shop was quieter than usual. Most of the lights had already shut off, leaving only a faint flicker above her work table. Lyra sat alone, surrounded by broken machines and discarded parts, trying to focus on a device that had just come in. At first, it looked like everything else. Damaged, useless, forgettable. But when she opened it, something inside caught her attention. A small silver component. Clean, untouched. Almost like it didn't belong there. She leaned in closer, her fingers slowing as she carefully pulled it out. The moment it touched her hand, the surface lit up, a soft glow running across its edges. Words appeared. Mirror code. Lyra froze. She had heard about this before, not from official channels, but from whispers. The kind people only spoke about when they were sure no one else was listening. Technology that wasn't supposed to exist. It wasn't just a hacking tool, it was something else entirely. Something far more dangerous. Her eyes scanned the faint instructions flickering across the surface. Access granted through identity sync. Location transfer enabled. User replacement temporary. Her heart started beating faster.
Location? Transfer?
She repeated under her breath. That didn't make sense. Unless this wasn't just a way into someone's account, it was a way into their world. Lyra sat back slowly, staring at the device in her hand, her mind racing. This wasn't just access. This was opportunity. She thought about Sina, the penthouse, the sky cars, the life that always felt just out of reach.
I'm not stealing anything.
She said quietly, trying to convince herself.
I just want to see.
Just one time, just one moment, just to understand. Her thumb hovered over the glowing surface. For a second, she hesitated. Then she pressed it. The room reacted instantly. The light above her flickered violently. The walls around her bent, stretching in unnatural ways. The air itself felt unstable, like reality was pulling apart at the edges. Lyra stumbled back, her breath catching.
What is happening?
The words barely left her mouth before everything around her shattered into light. When she opened her eyes, the repair shop was gone. She was standing inside a massive glass tower, bright, clean, perfect. For a moment, she didn't move. She couldn't. Slowly, she turned, and what she saw made her breath catch. The city stretched endlessly around her, golden towers rising through the clouds, sky cars drifting silently through glowing pathways, floating gardens suspended in the air like something out of a dream. This wasn't something she was watching anymore. She was inside it.
I'm here.
She whispered. And for the first time in her life, she wasn't looking up at Nova Aurum. She was standing above it. Lyra didn't know how long she stood there, staring at the city, trying to process what had just happened. Everything felt too perfect, too quiet, too clean. Then she heard a voice behind her.
Wait. What the… Who are you?
Lyra turned quickly. And there she was, Sina, standing a few steps away, dressed in a sleek outfit that shimmered softly with every movement. But her expression wasn't calm. She looked confused, almost alarmed. Her eyes scanned Lyra's face like she was trying to recognize something that wasn't there.
You're not supposed to be here,
Sina said slowly. Lyra blinked, thrown off.
What do you mean? It's me, Lyra.
Sina frowned.
Lyra? What's that? A pet?
She repeated the name like it meant nothing. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Sina shook her head slightly, brushing it off like a glitch she didn't have time to think about.
Doesn't matter,
She said, more composed now.
You got in, so clearly you know what you're doing.
Actually, I don't.
Lyra said quickly.
I found something. I didn't think it would actually…
Bring you here?
Sina cut in, her tone sharper now.
Yeah, most people don't.
There was a brief silence. Lyra looked around the penthouse again, still trying to understand.
I just wanted to see what your life was like.
Sina watched her carefully. Something about Lyra made her pause. Not recognition, but curiosity.
You came all this way just to see?
She asked. Lyra nodded. Sina let out a quiet breath, then turned away.
Then don't waste it,
She said.
If you're here, you might as well learn.
Lyra hesitated for a moment, then followed her. The penthouse was even more breathtaking up close. Glass walls stretched from floor to ceiling, opening up to endless clouds below. Soft music played in the background. Small floating assistants moved silently through the space, adjusting everything without being asked.
So, this is where you live?
Lyra asked quietly.
For now.
Sina replied. There was something strange about the way she said it. Not proud, not attached, just temporary. Sina walked toward a mirror, adjusting her hair slightly, studying her reflection like she was checking something beyond appearance.
You want to understand this life, right?
She asked. Lyra nodded.
Then stop looking at it like a dream.
Sina said, her voice steady again.
This isn't luck.
She turned slightly.
It's performance.
Lyra frowned.
Performance?
Sina looked at her through the mirror. Everything you say, everything you do, every moment, she said.
People don't follow you because you're perfect. They follow you because you make them feel something.
Lyra listened carefully, taking it in.
So, what do I do?
She asked. Sina's lips curved slightly.
You learn.
The next few days moved faster than Lyra expected. Sina showed her everything, how to speak on camera without hesitation, how to move like people were always watching, how to pause just long enough to keep attention, how to exist in a way that made people stay.
Slow down,
Sina said during one recording.
You're rushing. Let them come to you.
Lyra tried again, softer this time.
Better,
Sina said.
Again.
At first, Lyra struggled. Her voice would shake. Her posture felt unnatural. She second-guessed everything. But Sina kept correcting her, watching her closely, almost studying her, and slowly. Lyra changed. One video turned into 5. 5 turned into 10. Then something shifted. People weren't just watching anymore. They were following her. Lyra stared at her screen, her breath catching slightly.
They're following me.
Sina glanced over, then nodded like it was expected.
Of course they are.
She said confidently, but this time, there was something different in her tone. Not pride, not excitement, something quieter, something uncertain. From that moment on, everything accelerated. Followers increased, opportunities appeared. Lyra's presence grew stronger, sharper, more confident. She was being seen, and without realizing it, she was becoming everything she once envied. While Sina... The next time Sina stepped out, she didn't go alone.
Come with me.
She said casually, already walking toward the exit. Lyra followed without asking questions. Outside, the city felt different up close, brighter, louder, alive in a way that almost didn't feel real. People moved with purpose, cameras floating beside them, recording every step, every smile, every word. 2 sleek robotic bodyguards joined them silently, falling into place just behind. Lyra glanced back.
Are they with us?
Sina didn't even turn around.
They're always with us.
That answer didn't sit right, but Lyra let it go. They arrived at a rooftop event high above the city. The space was filled with glass, light, and music that pulsed softly through the air. Everyone looked perfect, not just dressed well, but controlled, like they knew exactly how they were being seen at every second. As Lyra stepped forward, a thin beam of light scanned over her body. A screen flickered in front of her for a second.
Engagement level. Stable.
She blinked.
Did you see that?
Don't focus on it.
Sina said smoothly, guiding her forward.
Just act natural.
Inside, everything felt slightly off. People smiled, but held it just a second too long. Laughed, but checked something invisible right after. Paused mid-conversation like they were adjusting themselves. Lyra watched closely, trying to understand.
This is normal?
She asked quietly. Sina picked up a drink, unfazed.
You get used to it.
They moved deeper into the crowd. Someone nearby was filming, laughing into their camera, spinning slowly to capture the skyline behind them.
Perfect night, perfect view, perfect...
They stopped. Just for a second. Their smile dropped. Their eyes flicked slightly, like they were reading something no one else could see. Then, a low hum. A small drone descended from above. Quick, silent, almost invisible. Lyra turned, her brows pulling together.
Wait,
The drone hovered over the person. There was a soft flash of light, and then they were gone. No scream, no reaction, no one else even looked. Lyra's heart jumped as she turned back to the crowd. Everything continued, music, laughter, conversation, like nothing had happened. She looked at Sina, her voice lower now.
Did you see that?
Sina took a slow sip of her drink, then looked at her. Calm, composed.
See what?
Lyra stared at her.
You're serious right now.
Sina held her gaze for a second longer than usual, then leaned in slightly, her voice quieter.
Don't react to things you don't understand.
She said softly.
That's the fastest way to stand out.
Lyra swallowed. Something about that answer felt wrong. Not confusing, intentional. She glanced back to where the person had been, empty. No trace, no sign they were ever there. And for the first time since arriving in Nova Aurum, Lyra didn't feel excited. She felt watched. That night, Lyra couldn't stop thinking about what she saw. The drone, the flash, the way no one reacted. Even Sina. Especially Sina. Back in the penthouse, everything felt quiet again. Too quiet. Like the city outside and the space inside didn't belong to the same world. Sina stood in front of a full-length mirror, adjusting her outfit with small, precise movements.
Stand there,
she said, gesturing toward the center of the room. Lyra stepped forward slowly. Sina looked at her reflection, not at her directly.
If you're going to stay here, you need to learn fast.
Lyra crossed her arms slightly.
Stay here? I thought this was temporary.
Sina paused, just for a second, then continued adjusting her sleeve.
Everything here is temporary,
she said lightly.
That's why you have to be good.
Lyra watched her closely now.
What does that even mean?
She asked.
Good at what? Talking? Smiling?
Sina turned to face her.
Being seen,
she said simply. She stepped closer, studying Lyra the same way she had been for the past few days.
Say something,
Sina said.
Anything.
Lyra hesitated, then looked toward the camera floating in front of her.
Hey.
She started awkwardly.
I guess I'm just…
Stop,
Sina said immediately. Lyra frowned.
What?
You're thinking too much,
Sina said.
They can feel that.
Lyra let out a small breath.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
Sina tilted her head slightly like she was deciding how honest to be.
You don't talk to them,
she said.
You make them feel like they already know you.
Lyra blinked.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't have to,
Sina replied.
It just has to work.
She stepped back and nodded toward the camera again.
Try again, slower.
Lyra looked at the lens, this time taking a second before speaking.
Hey,
she said, softer now.
I didn't expect tonight to feel like this, but I'm kind of glad I'm here.
She paused. Let the moment sit. Sina watched her carefully, then nodded once.
Better.
Over the next few hours, they kept going.
Again,
Every word corrected, every movement adjusted, every pause intentional. At one point, Lyra dropped her arms, frustrated.
Why does it matter this much?
She asked.
It's just people watching.
Sina didn't answer right away. For the first time, she looked unsure. Then she walked past Lyra, her voice quieter now.
It's not just watching,
she said.
It's deciding.
Lyra frowned.
Deciding what?
Sina stopped, just slightly, like she almost said something she wasn't supposed to. Then she shook her head and turned back.
Nothing you need to worry about,
she said, her tone back to normal.
Just focus.
Lyra didn't move. She watched Sina more carefully now. Not just what she said, but what she didn't say.
Just do it again,
Sina added, softer this time. Lyra turned back to the camera. But now, something had shifted. She wasn't just trying to get better. She was trying to understand. And for the first time since arriving in Nova Aurum, she started to feel like there was something she wasn't being told. The next morning, the penthouse was quiet. Soft light poured through the glass walls as Sina sat alone at the table, eating slowly, her movements calm but distant. In front of her, a holographic screen hovered in the air. Not a public feed, a private call. A figure stood on the other side, their face slightly blurred, their voice low and controlled.
You understand the terms.
The voice said.
Once she reaches 1 million, your contract is complete.
Sina didn't respond right away. Her eyes stayed fixed on the screen.
And then I'm free?
She asked quietly. A short pause.
Yes,
The voice replied.
your position will be transferred permanently.
Sina exhaled slowly, almost like she had been holding that breath for a long time. That's when Lyra walked in, still half asleep, running her hand through her hair. She stopped the moment she saw the screen.
Free from what?
Silence. Sina turned quickly, the screen flickering off before Lyra could see clearly. For a second, neither of them spoke. Then, a sharp sound. Lyra's phone lit up in her hand. A flood of notifications, messages, mentions, tags. Her screen kept lighting up faster than she could process.
This doesn't make sense,
she said quietly.
Why are they even watching me?
Sina glanced over from across the room.
They like you,
she said simply. But this time? Lyra didn't look convinced. She stared at her screen, scrolling slowly.
They're not just watching,
she said, her voice tightening slightly.
I'm everywhere.
Sina nodded once.
Good.
That answer landed differently. Lyra looked up at her.
Good?
Sina stood, walking past her calmly.
You wanted this, didn't you?
She said.
To be seen, to be noticed.
Lyra hesitated.
I mean, yeah, but not like this. This is...
She stopped, searching for the right word.
It's too fast.
Sina paused for a second, then turned slightly.
That's how it works here,
she said.
You don't build slowly. You either rise or you disappear.
Lyra frowned.
Disappear?
Sina held her gaze, just long enough, then looked away.
Don't overthink it,
she said lightly.
Just keep going.
Lyra didn't respond. She watched her more carefully now. Because for the first time, it felt like Sina knew something she wasn't saying. And whatever it was, it had something to do with her. A few days passed and everything changed. Lyra's name was everywhere. Her followers climbed faster than she could keep up with, her videos spreading across the system like they had a life of their own. Invitations started coming in, one after another, until one stood out above the rest. The Nova Aurum Elite Awards. She read it twice just to make sure it was real.
They're inviting me,
she said quietly, almost in disbelief. Sina didn't react the way she expected. She didn't smile, didn't congratulate her. She just looked at her for a moment and said,
You should go.
Lyra frowned slightly.
You're not coming?
No,
Sina replied simply. That was it. No explanation, just no. The night of the event felt unreal. The entire platform floated high above the city, glowing with light, music, and movement. Cameras hovered in the air, capturing every angle, every expression. People walked slowly, deliberately, like every step was part of something being watched. Lyra stepped inside, trying to keep her composure. This was everything she thought she wanted. But something still didn't feel right. The event started like any other. Music, applause, perfect smiles. Then the host stepped forward, calm and polished.
And now, it's time for our live engagement moment.
Lyra frowned.
Live... what?
A name appeared on the massive screen, an influencer standing across the room. Their follower count started dropping. Fast. The person laughed nervously at first, trying to play it off.
Okay, this isn't funny.
A low hum filled the air. Lyra's stomach dropped. She had heard that sound before. A drone descended from above.
No,
she whispered. The person froze. Their expression shifted from confusion to fear. A flash of light, and they were gone. Just like that. The screen changed immediately. The music came back. The crowd clapped. Lyra looked around, her heart racing. No one looked shocked. No one reacted. People smiled, talked, continued like nothing had happened. Like it was normal.
Did that just happen?
She said under her breath. No one answered. Lyra took a step back, then another.
I need some air,
she muttered, her voice tight. She turned and walked quickly, leaving the main floor. The noise faded as she moved into a quieter hallway, her breathing uneven now.
This isn't normal. This isn't normal,
she repeated to herself. Then she noticed a door slightly open, a soft blue glow coming from inside. She stepped closer without thinking and pushed it open. The room was empty, cold, silent. In the center, a holographic screen hovered, already active. Names filled the display, rows and rows of them, influencers, each with a status beside their name. Active, declining, Pending removal. Lyra stepped closer, her eyes scanning faster now, her chest tightening with every second. Then she saw it. Sina.
Status. Replacement in progress.
No.
She whispered. Her eyes dropped lower. And there it was. Her name. Right beneath it.
Status. Replacement confirmed.
Her breath caught.
What does that even mean?
Before she could process it, the screen flickered and shut off. Footsteps echoed from outside. Lyra stepped back quickly, her heart pounding as she turned and walked out, forcing herself to stay calm. But nothing felt calm anymore, because now she understood something she wasn't supposed to know. This wasn't luck. This wasn't opportunity. She hadn't just been Ryzen G, she had been chosen. Lyra didn't go back to the event. She went straight home. The penthouse was quiet when she walked in. Too quiet.
Sina?
She called out, her voice steady but low.
I'm here.
Lyra turned. Sina stood near the window, looking out over the city, the same calm expression on her face. Lyra didn't hesitate this time.
You knew,
she said. Sina didn't deny it.
Yes.
The answer came too easily. Lyra's chest tightened.
the system, the list, my name under yours.
She shook her head slightly.
What is that?
Sina exhaled slowly, then glanced back out at the city.
For a long time, I thought this was everything.
She said.
The views, the attention, the way people looked at me.
Her voice stayed calm.
But after a while, it stops feeling like yours.
Sina turned slightly, her eyes softer now.
You wake up, and every word you say is planned. Every move is watched. Every moment is perfect.
She paused.
And you realize you don't belong to yourself anymore.
Lyra said nothing.
I used to stand right here
Sina continued, gesturing toward the glass.
and look down at the world below.
Her voice dropped slightly.
People living however they wanted. No cameras, no expectations, just living.
A brief silence.
And I remembered you.
Lyra's expression shifted.
I asked for a way out,
Sina said.
a real one, not disappearing, not fading, leaving.
Lyra's voice tightened.
And they just gave it to you?
Sina shook her head.
No, nothing here is free.
A pause.
They told me there was only one option.
She said.
I could leave if I replaced myself.
Lyra's stomach dropped.
I couldn't go down there.
Sina continued.
Not like this. Not without losing everything. So I found another way.
Her voice stayed steady.
I asked for the mirror code.
Lyra stared at her.
It's illegal.
Sina said.
Expensive. Almost impossible to get.
She paused.
But I wasn't asking as a person.
Another pause.
I was asking as an asset.
The room went quiet.
I knew if you came here,
Sina said, her eyes locking onto Lyra's.
you wouldn't just survive. You would rise.
Everything clicked at once. The training, the patience, the way Sina had watched her.
You didn't just think I could do this.
Lyra said slowly.
You needed me to.
Sina didn't deny it.
That was the agreement.
She said.
You take my place, and I'm released.
Lyra let out a small breath, her expression shifting between disbelief and clarity.
So this whole time,
She shook her head slightly.
you remembered me.
Yes,
And you brought me here knowing exactly what would happen.
yes.
Lyra let out a quiet, almost empty laugh.
And you never thought to tell me?
Sina's expression didn't change.
If I told you, you wouldn't have come.
Silence. That was true. Lyra looked down for a second, then back up.
And what happens to me
She asked.
after I replace you?
Sina didn't answer right away. She didn't need to, because now Lyra understood.
You get to leave,
Lyra said quietly.
and I stay.
Sina held her gaze.
Yes.
Another silence. Then Lyra nodded slowly.
You know what's crazy?
She said.
I used to watch you every night, thinking you were lucky.
She looked around the penthouse.
Turns out you were just waiting for a way out.
Sina didn't respond.
And me?
Lyra continued, her voice steady now.
I wasn't chosen because I deserved this life.
She paused.
I was chosen because I was willing to want it.
That landed. The room went still, and for the first time, there was no confusion left. Only truth. This wasn't opportunity, it was a trade. And now, the life she envied belonged to her. Sina didn't say anything else. She didn't need to. She just turned and walked away. Lyra didn't stop her, didn't call her name, didn't ask her to stay. She just stood there, listening to the silence. A soft sound broke it. Her phone. Lyra looked down slowly. A notification, and then another, then another. Her follower count climbed, faster than before, higher, and then it stopped. 1 million for a second. Everything felt still. Then the room shifted. The lights dimmed slightly. The air changed, and a voice spoke.
Transfer complete.
Lyra's breath caught. No. Her reflection appeared in the glass. But something was different. Her face, her posture, her presence, perfect, controlled, owned. Her screen lit up again, a new message.
Welcome to your permanent position.
Lyra stood frozen, and somewhere, far below the clouds, Sina walked freely for the first time in years. No cameras, no pressure, no one watching. While above the city, a new soft life queen stood in silence, waiting for the day someone else would look up and want her life